kind of include people who don't speak, and then in there it would be Spanish. But so, because Madrid is in Spain, so it would say
why all cultures don't know stop and go.
Because it's English.
Like on and off, or high and by.
They don't know on and off. That circle with the little line is across the globe, but like the word on and the word off isn't global.
What is off in Spanish?
I don't speak Spanish.
I thought it was off. Off say. I guess.
You were so wrong.
Makes sense to me. Why not? I'm lost. I'm sorry. I'm probably missing a million comments. My phone keeps shutting down. But I'm coming right now. Hold on, let me check these messages. I want to go in December. Group trips, I want to go. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything. So.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor, and my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice. Ooh, it's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it as much.
I was a 151 kid, straight up.
I love vodka, especially when it was...
that rubbing alcohol. What brand?
I love back then I was hooked on Absolute.
That was the best at the time.
And Pinnacle was like number 2 and stuff like that.
Because they didn't have what's the new one that came out? Yeah, what was the new one?
Ciroc, vodka, and
no, the other one. Who is real smooth? New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam came out, and it was so smooth.
And Grey Goose. Grey Goose was out at that time, too.
See, I didn't drink. I told you, 151. That was my drink.
Yeah, Grey Goose vodka was one of the ones because I loved the bottle. Because you can light it on fire. The bottle was hot. It was that shaded, that shaved glass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I was sitting on the floor, and we was talking about something. I don't even remember what we were talking about. All I know is I was bust out laughing. I got ching-ling-ling-ling-ling, glass everywhere. I wouldn't cut it all, though. I had to
because you had your bun.
Actually, I didn't. I didn't have any hair back then.
Oh,
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
And you ain't cut your hair?
Nope. I was just fine. I was like, oh, your glass broke, and it was winter, dead of winter.
Check more of these funny moments out when you tune into BeExposedRadio.com.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty when he rants about his staff.
I agree. Can you come on? I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? God damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. I told you mind your business.
Well, Monty, if I can comment on the Jennifer Holiday situation, I know I'm live on the air. I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay. I know I'm live on the air. This is why this whole show is called Talk Lately. Anyway, let's get back to every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? Damn, man, it's like crazy not having any music. It's so weird. Okay,
we can just whistle in next time.
Right. Hey, welcome. It's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock. You know what it is. Your sports show, Just a Bit Outside, on BeExposedRadio.com. I'm Kescia. This is my man Mark in the building.
Good evening.
So, what's up, Baltimore? What's up, United States? Mark, you want to do our quick little promotions really quick?
Yeah. Obviously, if you're watching us on one of the means. There's a Facebook, there's a YouTube. Just search Just a Bit Outside Radio Show, as well as on the BeExposedRadio.com website. There is 2 links for listening live on apps. TuneIn and I forgot the other one. Radio Loyalty.
Yes.
Give us a call, 410-702-5657. Would love to hear from you, what you want to talk about. Let's get it started.
Okay. Yo, what's up with the Twitter handles and the what is this? What you got here?
Oh.
Yeah, don't forget those.
Yeah, Twitter, you can find us at JAB Outside Radio. And again, just search us on Facebook and YouTube, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show. I know we haven't promoted in a while, but if you go to an Orioles game...
Yeah, send us your Oriole pictures. Hashtag.
Be more Bird Gang.
All right, we want to get that started. We want to get that going. Okay, guys, we got a pretty cool show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about the NBA aftermath. You know, this time last week, we were conspiracy theorizing. We were predicting. And now that it's all said and done with, we're going to talk about, what happens next. We're also going to talk about the big announcement of last week, McGregor Mayweather.
Oh, man.
It is finally happening. It's going down.
It's funny. People wanted it so bad, now they're, crapping on it. I'm like,
well,
what?
you know how the people are.
Yeah.
It's just a fickle bunch. But, we're going to talk some baseball. We're going to talk wrestling. We're going to talk Rick Pitino and all this madness going down in Louisville. So let's get right on into it. As you guys know, this weekend was a Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Mark, did you do something special for Father's Day?
Hung out with my kid. I mean, we just had a good time. Went to the pool a couple times. Just had a good time. Just relax. That's what it's about.
Yeah. No grilling.
No. I wanted to. Yeah. I was lazy.
Hey man, it's your day. Do what you want.
Yep.
Shout out to my dad. Happy Father's Day, Dad. He is currently in New Orleans in the Big Easy.
Nice.
Yes, at a national liquor convention. Having a ball, man. Living life. So, happy Father's Day, Dad. And all the other guys out there, all my fellas. You are appreciated.
And happy Father's Day to Ken Foster. That's my dad.
Yeah, Mark's dad. I hope you're watching.
Oh, and my brother, Michael. He's a dad as well. Got
all
3
right.
kids. Great. Can't believe my niece is going to be 18 this year. It's ridiculous.
Time flies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a great dad, and happy Father's Day to him, too.
Okay. We had some pretty good baseball action this weekend. The Orioles showed up. We had a interleague series with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
We took 2 out of 3. Oh, and speaking of which, baseball Father's Day. Shout out to the Major League. I don't know if you had a chance to see, but they had these basically like powder blue uniforms for everyone, and I guess in honor of Father's Day. And it was so crazy to watch the Orioles with the blue on.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked it. I liked the look. I did like the look.
Do you know who really liked the look? Ubaldo Jimenez. Dude got his arm back. What was I saying last week?
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's a second half guy, so we'll we'll see about that. But the offense woke up. There were a lot of runs scored this weekend. So shout out to the Orioles for getting back on track, trying to get back on the right foot. Hopefully we can, get a little win streak going. Keep it going tonight. I believe they are playing this evening against the
Cleveland Indians.
Yes.
And they've already had 2 rain delays, I believe.
Yeah. The weather is for shit tonight. Yeah, I got caught in it a little earlier. Was not happy about that. Also, thanks, Eric. Another cool thing that happened. Did you hear about the Arenado of the Colorado Rockies?
No.
He hit for the. I'm sorry. It was on Sunday against the Giants. I believe it was yesterday. He hit for the cycle, and when he completed the cycle, his last bit, it was a home run.
Nice.
And yeah. He became the 5th player in Major League history to complete a cycle with a walk-off home run. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I believe this is like his 7th or 8th cycle. So that was really cool. Yep. Yeah, and Nolan Arenado is also the 2nd Rockies player to achieve the feat, along with Carlos Gomez, who did it in July of 2010. So, that was pretty cool. Let's go just a bit outside. This weekend, we had the Tupac movie debut. All eyes on me.
Did you get to see it?
I did not get to see it. I might they might not like me for saying I'm not really that pumped to see it. You know what I mean? I figured I wait for the hype to die down a little bit. I'll go see it maybe in like another week or 2. But I heard a lot of mixed reviews.
A lot of mixed, yeah.
Yeah, I heard some good things and I heard some bad things.
You know who was saying some bad things? Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yep.
She was not happy.
She was not happy at all. Right. She said the joint was like completely inaccurate. And speaking of inaccuracies, I heard that they had someone was carrying like an iPhone 7 in
really?
the movie.
Now I gotta watch it just for that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost want to watch it to pick apart all the inaccuracies of the movie. But when I heard that yesterday, it was like a young girl that told me, she was like 18 or something. She was like, yeah, well, they had an iPhone 7 in the movies. And wasn't it supposed to be like the 90s? It's like, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, big fail on that part. I don't know. What else did you hear? Did you hear anything good? I just heard bad stuff.
Mainly, I heard bad. I had one friend that saw it, and she was pretty pumped up. I think just for Tupac, not necessarily the movie itself. I'm just we saw Tupac Resurrection. What was that? 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
That was such a damn good documentary.
Right.
There was a snippet of Tupac in Straight Outta Compton, and that actor looked just like him. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of is there a need for this movie right now? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they did pretty good numbers in the box office.
It did.
So I guess that's really all that matters at the end of the day. The movie make money. So I don't know if you guys get a chance. Check out the Tupac movie. Comment on the thread. What did you think about the movie? If you did see it, let us know. Moving right along. Rick Pitino and the Louisville Cardinals. Okay, Rick Pitino is the coach of the men's basketball team. This is a D1 school. You know, it's in the forefront. It's one of those schools that you mentioned when you talk about college basketball, right along with Duke and Syracuse.
What was it? Just 2014 they won a championship last?
Yeah, when they had Oladipo, right?
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, it's what, 17? Yeah, I think it's about the 14. Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Somewhere around
3
there.
years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So Rick Pitino got jammed up. Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, there was some financing of some strip clubs, some strippers, and some prostitution for college recruits. Like, these kids was in high school.
Oh.
Right. These kids were in high school.
Nasty bitch!
Wow, that was new.
That's kind of perfect though, cause
right, that was perfect. Yo, Erica's on one.
The chick that I don't know if her book is what exposed this.
Okay, yeah.
Katina Powell.
Yes.
Her book is called Breaking Cardinal Rules: Basketball and the Escort Queen, and she kind of just had that attitude that clip just did.
What a title! Can you say that one more time? That was awesome.
Nasty bitch!
Breaking Cardinal Rules: Basketball and the Escort Queen.
Good God Almighty! Yeah, she laid down the hammer.
Yeah, and so you mentioned Pitino got hit, Louisville got hit.
Mm-hmm.
What's your ideas on the ruling?
Let's just give a little quick rundown of the consequences. The basketball program has been placed on 4-year probation. Okay, during this 4-year probation, I believe they're stripping the schools of scholarships. And I think and that's a biggie. What we'll talk about in a minute. And I believe they're discussing taking away title,
vacating so many games.
Yeah.
Any game that a player that was involved in the sex scandal, he immediately becomes ineligible. So any game that a player that's ineligible was in will be vacated. Up to 115 games, they said. The championship, another Final Four appearance. That's just ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
I got ideas on that.
Yeah. You know, and honestly, the whole way that Louisville is handling the situation and handled the situation, you know, from top to bottom, from beginning to end. I mean, honestly, the director of basketball operations, Andre McGee, I just found out yesterday that the kid was only out of college for 1 year. So, you know, whose back did he stroke, or what favor did he perform to get this job? Because, I mean, yeah, shots fired. That's what we do. This kid had 0 experience, and he is I don't want to call him a child, but I kind of feel like I call him a child because, you know, when you're in that type of position, you know, there are so many rules, you know, amid so many scandals. You know, you would think you would want to have somebody that's a little seasoned, you know, that ain't just out the party. You know, I mean, honestly, think of you in your 20s. Yo, I think about me in my 20s. Party all the time. You know what I mean?
Especially you're out of college. You're like 22, 23.
Yes. You got this big title, hella money. You know what I'm saying? Can party whenever you want. You know, and then there's the age difference. You are too close in age with these players.
Yeah.
And these upcoming players. So, of course, you want to show them a good time. You want to show them that you're the man and that your school and your program is the shit and everything. But I just think it was just a really bad decision to hire this kid.
Yeah. The idea that they're supplying high schoolers. And yeah, you know, in high school you're old enough to have that desire. maybe you're not smart enough to act on it. And what's ridiculous is I can't remember the program right now, but I know not too long ago I was hearing about a player in football who said when he went on his recruiting trip at a different college, the same damn thing. Is this like the tool that they use for recruiting now?
Yeah. Hold that thought. We're going to talk more about that. And I also want to discuss, does the punishment fit the crime? We're going to get more into that. Don't go anywhere. Mark, Kescia, Just a Bit Outside on Be Exposed Radio.
But when I smoked weed, there was a D on that. When I smoked weed, my inhibitions actually weren't wild. I wasn't like, oh, I want to go fly on a kite or jump off this roof or something like that. No, it was quite the opposite. I was very laid back. I actually wanted to eat all the time. Gosh, and I never would get full. And I got sleepy. So I never wanted to go out and do something wrong, like break windows, drive under the influence. Definitely not drive under the influence. Because I wanted to go to sleep very badly. Like, high sleep is the best sleep ever. Irresponsible child abusers are going to have free access. That's not the truth, because if they do legalize it, they're going to probably put the same stipulations they do for cigarettes. Now, if you are under 18 and you wind up getting a pack of cigarettes, then that's what happens. I had a pack of cigarettes before I was 18. So what? Because they was, cigarettes was in a machine that, it wasn't nobody standing there. Right, you just pull a little knob and get your little pack of Newports and you go about your business. Now they're not. Now they're behind the counter. So now you have to ask the old person that doesn't have any money, sitting outside asking you for $1. I'll give you $1 if you go get me some cigarettes. He will more than likely do it. He'll be like, how old are you? Does it matter, homeless? That's what they say to him. But if it was me, though, that's what they say to him. But if it was me, I'd have been like, can you go get me this pack of cigarettes? And he would be like, well, how old are you? Homeless. One word. That's it. You go get the damn cigarettes and you get this $1. No, I'm just playing. 2 Chainz Gamely.
The all-new season of Talk Lately. Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
So you're your biggest asset.
Mm-hmm.
You have to practice self-care. Every entrepreneur has to practice self-care. You have to release yourself from toxic situations.
Explain to us real quick, what is a toxic situation?
A toxic situation is something that will control your mind, something that hurts you, something that you have to battle, toxic, hurt. If you're in a toxic situation, if you get hurt, if you get pain, if you get struggle, right? Mm-hmm. And if your spirit does not align correctly, that may be a toxic situation. So when I say you make that jump when your values don't align, you make decisions based on your values. And if those decisions don't align with your values, then that's when you say no.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m.
the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
How did you know that this is what you wanted to do as far as being a singer or entertainer?
It's always been in me. It's always been a part of who I am since a child. Since a child, I've always...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. I am your host, Kescia. The dude across from me is Mark, And one quick announcement.
Apparently, we're YouTube only right now for video.
Okay.
No
all
Facebook.
Right. Yep. So if you're listening, tell your friends, tell your peeps. Join us on YouTube. Okay. So when we left off, we were talking about this whole Rick Pitino, Louisville freaks to play scandal. That's what we do. Lord have mercy. Okay, so we were discussing the consequences when we left off. Like I said earlier, they're placed on 4 years probation. They could be stripped of titles. They're being stripped of scholarships. Rick Pitino himself has been suspended for the first 5 games of the season.
No, what I read was 5 ACC games.
Are you serious?
One report I read said ACC only.
Oh my God. Okay, so which leads me to our next couple of topics. Mark, what do you think the effect of these consequences will have on Louisville's basketball program?
It'll obviously be in the dumps for a while.
Hell yeah.
They're not going to go to the tournament period for the next 4 years.
Mhm.
That's what the regulations. Afterwards, they're going to have trouble recruiting. They're going to have trouble just getting quality kids. And Pitino's had issues in the past. That's what pisses me off. Is the coaches get a slap on the wrist and the programs suffer. Calipari is the same kind of dude. He would get in trouble and leave the school, and the school would be, jacked, and he'd just go on to his next job. And it's happened a couple times.
Yeah. To me, the biggest loss is the stripping of the scholarships. That's a lot of potential players, motivation to come into play for a team. And if you don't have those scholarships to offer to students, it's really going to be really hard to market your basketball program out there. Rick Pitino himself, he claims, okay, let's just back up a little bit. To Rick Pitino and his claims. He claims he was completely oblivious to everything that was going on. He had no idea that Andre McGee were making these, arrangements, quote unquote arrangements, for potential players. Do you believe him?
Absolutely not.
Me either. I'm so glad you said that, because if as a coach of a basketball team and as part of an organization in that position, aren't you supposed to know what's going on with recruits and players?
Okay, just to go just a bit outside.
Okay.
One of the greatest sports movies of all times, Blue Chips.
Okay.
Nick Nolte.
Yes. That was the Shaq and Penny joint.
Shaq and Penny.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte, he's like the cleanest coach possible, and everyone's wondering how he's ever had such a strong quality program. Ed O'Neill, who played Al Bundy back on Married with Children, he's a reporter, and he's like always thinks Nolte's character is dirty, and he hasn't been. But then he's losing recruits to schools that are dirty.
Right.
So he starts enjoying the friends of the program, and his thing was he didn't want to know what they're doing, but he's getting the help from the boosters. And I'm gonna say that's what Pitino was doing. He knew they were helping, but he didn't know the specifics. So if they bought a recruit a new car, he didn't know where the car came from.
Right. Kind of turns a blind eye. Kind of
Exactly.
looks the other way. Like
he can honestly say he didn't know about it.
Right.
But he still had his hands in the mud.
Right. And the NCAA couldn't come up with any evidence whatsoever that would prove that he did know these things were going on. Rick Pitino called his suspension, like, in addition to all of this, like, you know, just being the devil in the background, like, you know, with the evil grin and everything. When the consequences came down, he actually said that the punishment was harsh and quote unquote, these are actual words that he used, harsh and over the top. Okay? First of all, 5 games ain't shit. Okay? Honestly, I don't even think that's shots fired. I don't even think that's half. No, it's not. It's not even half a season. It's not even a third of a season. And now that you just told me 5 ACC games, how does that work? So, you know, you coach one night, you go down to, you play Duke, you coach then. I'm sorry, you don't coach against a Duke game, but then, I don't know, on Saturday or something like that, you play in the Big Ten or something like that, and then you coach again? Like, whose bright idea was that?
Well, you think about it, too. The college basketball schedule, how it's set up, like the first 6-8 games are against non-conference. So he's going to have his team in their rhythm.
Christ.
By the time they hit the ACC schedule, they're going to be in their rhythm, and they're going to be going.
If that is true, I'm just over the NCAA. Me personally, I don't think the punishment was harsh at all. I don't think it was strong enough. NCAA, when are you going to lay down the gauntlet and make these coaches, like, really pay? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, honestly, 5 games, are you really going to be upset? Are you really going to be like, oh, man, I did something wrong. I might not want to do that again. You know?
That's like a MLB suspending a pitcher for 5 games. That's one game.
Oh, I don't understand about that. But yeah, I mean, I would really like to see, I guess, stronger consequences, you know, to come down to these situations. And just like you said, I mean, it just happens like too often. You know, it's like almost like every year there's somebody's program. If it ain't basketball, it's those crazy kids in lacrosse. You know what I mean? Like the soccer team. You know, you gotta start doing something to actually like prevent these instances and events from happening, or at least to try to curb them. You know, I mean, we did discuss, like, you know, ultimately the collegiate program and the school is the ones that really suffer. But let's start making these coaches like really responsible. You know, I would have liked to seen a harsher punishment on Rick and a lighter punishment on the school.
Andre McGee, the dude that, you know, was hooking it up.
Yep.
He actually got a very stiff penalty.
Oh yeah, what did he get?
10-year show cause from the NCAA.
See, it's just all kinds of inconsistencies. Right, I don't even know what to say. There's just so many inconsistencies throughout this whole thing.
I can't think of the words to describe a show cause, but it's essentially blackballing.
Right.
Todd Bozeman, he used to coach Morgan.
Yes.
He coached at Cal. Mm-hmm. And had a lot of problems and a lot of improprieties, shall we say, and he got a show cause. Uh-huh. And then when he exited that, he got that chance to coach at Morgan, and he did good for a while there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what Andre McGee's future plans for college basketball are.
Damn, yo, you just getting started and then you get banned 10 years.
Yeah.
I know he's sorry he did that. Now that's somebody that's sorry. I'm serious. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to get another job, yo.
Maybe McDonald's hiring.
Speaking of McDonald's, you guys, okay, we're gonna go just a bit outside one more time, real fast. You know what movie I saw this weekend? This movie with Michael Keaton in it called The Founder. The Founder. It was about the beginning of McDonald's. That was an interesting movie.
I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I know like the whole Ray Kroc story. It's fascinating.
That dude was vicious. Dude, we're going to talk about that offline. But yeah, back to college basketball though. All right, so in a nutshell, the school suffers. Andre McGee is like at home crying right now as we speak. and Rick Pitino is just sitting there like.
Oh, but he's crying. Remember? It's a harsh penalty.
It's a hard. Yeah, right. But he's at home like dodged another bullet.
Was that a video interview? Because he had a huge ass smile on his face.
Oh God, yeah.
It's harsh.
Alright, y'all. Let's get into the NBA. Let's talk NBA Finals aftermath. So, I mean, we all know who won. Golden State Warriors. Congrats. Cupcake Durant. Took the last game. Yeah, shots fired. That's what we do. Took game 5 in Golden State at home.
Yeah.
So, I feel like this whole segment is about to be about the Cavaliers. Like, we know Golden State won. We know that they're awesome. KD's going to re-sign. Like, we already know all of that. Let's focus on the crumbling of the Cavaliers.
You know what's ridiculous to me is that a week ago was the 5th game of the finals.
Yes.
And all the NBA news since then has just been ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a snowball. Everything just keeps on coming. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, and like I said right before we went on the air, I said, oh my God, it has begun. So the Cavs, they just announced not too long ago, probably about 45 minutes ago, the Cleveland Cavaliers part ways with their general manager, David Griffin. Now, he's been in that position, I believe, for the past 3 years.
Yep.
So clearly they are not happy with the job that he is doing. His head was not the only one to roll. With him, they took his assistant GM, Trent Redden. So it looks like they're starting at the top. And I feel like this thing is just going to trickle itself all the way down. We've already started hearing names being tossed around. Boogie Cousins, Paul George, and now Jimmy Butler. Right.
Which apparently the Cavaliers are spearheading a multi-team trade in order to facilitate getting Jimmy Butler. So it's going to be interesting to see if they pull it off and with who.
Right. I mean, I was looking at their roster and thinking about, this year's finals and individual player performances. First, let me just say, I think Boogie Cousins to Cleveland would be a legit move. I also think Jimmy Butler to Cleveland would be a legit move because I feel like there was a lack of a big man presence in the NBA Finals for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, honestly, Tristan Thompson did not, get it done.
It's funny, too, because he had a good playoffs up until the finals.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the Kardashian effect or what. I don't know what the hell was going on. But, I was thinking, man, for real, you could really get rid of Tristan Thompson. And some people might not like this, but I'm going to be honest. Man, you can get rid of Tristan Thompson. You can get rid of Kevin Love. I'm officially over Kevin Love. Get rid of him. You can go ahead and get rid of Iman Shumpert.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can go ahead and get rid of J.R. Smith. Right. I'm serious. Yo, you have Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, okay, Jimmy Butler, and Boogie Cousins, right? And then I feel like, all right, so if you have LeBron and you have Boogie on the same team, right? That's gonna do nothing but attract double teams. Okay, keep Kyle Korver. All right, I know he doesn't play any defense, but he can shoot that 3 ball. Keep Kyle Korver, right? Because when you get those double teams, which will come, somebody is going to be open, which leads to ball movement, which leads to you getting the ball in the Kyle Korver's hand and shooting that three-pointer. I don't feel like the three-point shooting was all that stellar either.
Yeah.
In the finals. Would you about to lay some stats on me?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've noticed you're focusing on Butler and Boogie.
Yep.
What about Paul George?
I don't think me personally, I don't think Paul George is going to be a nice fit in Cleveland. You know what I mean? I think Paul George just came out of a situation where a team was his. You know what I mean? And, he was the El Capitan. He was the main man. I don't think that he would want to go into a situation with the Cleveland Cavaliers where you have so much drama, where you have, LeBron James, and it's not even going to be your team. You know what I'm saying? You're not even going to be second in command. You know what I mean? Because we already know that's Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I don't think he would necessarily want to be in that situation. And coincidentally, or maybe not, he's already expressed interest where he wanted to go. Paul George already said. He didn't say anything about the Cleveland Cavaliers. He said, I'd like to go back home and play for the Lakers.
Yep.
Okay, that's a nice young team where he can assume the position as El Capitan once again and kind of be in the same situation with hopes of going further than he's ever gone with the Pacers.
Yeah.
And that kind of, since we kind of got on this Paul George tangent, he's announced that after next season, he's going to leave.
Yep.
So if I was in Pacers organization, and you more than welcome to disagree with me, I'd be focused on trading him now.
Oh, that definitely.
You know what I'm saying? His heart ain't going to be in it. He's just going to be sitting around biding his time. Hell, do it now. Everybody wants PG-13. You can get some good stuff for that.
Even if he hadn't made that announcement, I would be surprised if the Pacers weren't looking at shopping him around just because he has 1 year left and he's not signing.
Right.
Like you said, they can get a hell of a lot out of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My problem with Paul George going to the Cavaliers isn't so much, like you said, he wants to be the captain or anything, but it's actually his position. Mm-hmm. He's a shooting forward. LeBron's a shooting forward.
Right.
Obviously, he's not taking LeBron's spot.
Right.
Richard Jefferson's the backup. Whether he returns or not is up in the air. Do you move him over to power forward and force Channing Frye out?
And, I honestly felt like Channing Frye was kind of one of the little bright spots.
Absolutely.
You can't really get rid of... I would keep him. He wasn't in my list of people to let go. I had a long list, but he wasn't on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Paul George were to join the Cavaliers, he would have to change that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And would he want to do that?
He's not going to sit on the bench.
Right.
Damn sure.
Right. So, and, we were talking about Jimmy Butler. Is he a small forward?
I don't know.
Or he might be one of those shooting guards, small forward kind of deals. Uh-huh.
Let's see. I'll look it up while you...
Okay, all right. And if Boogie Cousins doesn't go to Cleveland, Bullets, Wizards, hey, why don't you put a hand up? Say, hey, look, over here in the nation's capital with the nation's clown. Come join us. He probably lost like 50 viewers. But I think Boogie Cousins would be a good fit with the Wizards. What else? Okay, all right. Yeah, this is the next thing I wanted to talk about. So I was in Aloha talking to my homeboy Eugene. Eugene, I told you I was going to give you a shout out for this. He is a huge LeBron James fan, and shout out to the folks at Aloha also. He's a huge LeBron James fan, and he says, Keish, man, I'm so tired of everybody trying to compare, LeBron James's departure from Miami to, Kevin Durant's departure, from Oklahoma City. Which one is worse? Which one is, better? Which one is acceptable? So I was like, you know what, man? It's a good topic to bring to the show. Yeah. What departure, if you think one is worse or better or, whatever, which one was more unacceptable?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I will say,
here we go.
I was neither a LeBron fan or a LeBron hater before the announcement. But that announcement and the sheer ego it takes to sit up on live ESPN and utter that sentence, taking my talents to South Beach. Dude, he's had all these people just feeding his ego from day one. And it's easy to get caught up in that. And they said, like, his advisors and everyone are basically just his friends that he grew up with. So, of course, they're feeding his ego, too.
Right.
So I could see him getting caught up in that. So, without a doubt, LeBron's announcement makes his departure far worse than any other player in any other sport ever.
Okay. All right. A lot of people would say, I don't know. It's pretty bad news to join the team that just whooped you a year ago. But, that's one of my biggest things about LeBooty James is his theatrics. You know what I mean? He made such a big deal about leaving Cleveland and going to Miami, and then we had the not one, not two, not three. I mean, and you hyped up all of these fans. You broke hearts all the way up north. You hyped up the fans all the way down south. Then you left them to go back. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to go with you on that one. I think the LeBron departure is just a little bit worse than the KD departure. Even though, they're both they both get on my nerves with that. But that's a whole nother show. But not the nerve. Right. So, speaking of the Kevin Durant, LeBron James comparison, do you think it's time to crown a new NBA king?
That's a good question.
Kevin Durant, as much as I dislike his cupcake behind, he was just brilliant in the finals.
Which is funny, too, because all year he had injuries and wasn't quite living up to KD potential. And then playoffs, man.
Stepped it up. I got to give it to him.
Finals MVP.
Yeah, absolutely. And well-deserved, It is something to be said for you to come on a team filled with champions already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a a status thing. Even though everybody's a team, we all play on a team and everything. There is a status thing that it's like a little undertone that goes on there. This guy came from another team, never played with the organization, never won any championships or anything. Came onto a team of champions and took over the team. When you change the game like that, I don't know. Me personally, I'm not ready to say that he's the new king yet because, LeBron is 3 out of 5 in the finals. He's got a couple rings,
Is it 3 out of 5 or 3 and 5?
It's 3 out of 5.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute, or 3 and 5.
Yeah. They lost to the Mavericks.
Yep.
With the Heat. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Ooh.
Jordan was 6-0. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I want to say we'll talk about that whole legacy thing in a minute too. But so he came to the team, took over the team. I mean, basically put him on his back, and took him through the finals. Yep. Like you said, finals MVP. He's making a strong argument. He's making a strong argument to say, listen, you guys are gotta start talking about me being the best.
Does the NBA even need a king?
Me personally, I don't think so, because I just want Kobe to be. I just want Kobe to just be the best.
Come back, Kobe.
Right, baby, I miss you. But you kind of you have to have a face of the NBA. You have to have a face of any sport. Football, Scott Brady. It really is. I gotta give it to him. Yeah. Asshole that he is. Yes. He's the face of the NFL. Racing Scott, Dale Earnhardt Jr. So, brands always like to stand behind, one person, the person. And, with these finals, yes, I am so happy to actually be able to debate this and discuss this and question this, because a lot of people saying that LeBron James's window of opportunity is starting to close. I think he still looks pretty fresh. He still looks good, but apparently some people believe that window is starting to shut a little bit, which is just, the crowd, like I said, they're a fickle bunch, boy. When you're winning, they are riding your back. They loving you to death. Lose one time and all holy hell breaks loose. I'm
gonna give a quick shout out to D Magic.
Oh, okay.
Brady's a bum. Absolutely.
What's up, D? No doubt.
Deflating footballs can't make an MVP. Haha. Yeah, you're right. Hey.
Yeah, hey. Speaks the truth around here. Our listeners know their stuff. But look, you guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue this NBA talk. We're also going to get into a little wrestling, a little MMA fighting, and we're going to take some jabs with McGregor and Mayweather. Just a bit outside. Kescia, Mark, Be Exposed Radio, y'all.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Talk dirty to me.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. It's me going every day.
Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the Writer.
Hip Hop King. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
But when I smoked weed, there was a D on that. When I smoked weed, my inhibitions actually weren't wild. I wasn't like, oh, I want to go fly on a kite or jump off this roof or something like that. No, it was quite the opposite. I was very laid back. I actually wanted to eat all the time. Gosh, and I never would get full. And I got sleepy. So I never wanted to go out and do something wrong, like break windows, drive under the influence. Definitely not drive under the influence. Because I wanted to go to sleep very badly. Like, high sleep is the best sleep ever. Irresponsible child abusers are going to have free access. That's not the truth, because if they do legalize it, they're going to probably put the same stipulations they do for cigarettes. Now, if you are under 18 and you wind up getting a pack of cigarettes, then that's what happens. I had a pack of cigarettes before I was 18. So what? Because they was, cigarettes was in a machine that, it wasn't nobody standing there. Right. You just pull a little knob and get your little pack of Newports and you go about your business. Now they're not. Now they're behind the counter. So now you have to ask the old person that doesn't have any money, standing outside asking you for $1. I'll give you $1 if you go get me some cigarettes. He will more than likely do it. He'll be like, how old are you? Does it matter, homeless? That's what they say to him. But if it was me, though.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Just a bit outside. Mark, Kescia, giving it to you on a Monday night. Like we always do. We're going to update you guys on tonight's games. I think the O's are playing. We said that.
Do I have to?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Damn, I got my hat on too, man. Alright, lay it on me, yo. Lay it on me. Just brace myself.
Top of the 5th inning. O's, zilch, Indians 5.
Oh my god.
Were we just talking about that too?
Damn, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Alright. So, are the Nationals playing tonight?
Bottom of the 4th.
Okay.
Tied up with the Marlins, 6-6.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Washington's kind of been on a bit of a slide, like a little dip. I think they lost a couple games over the weekend also against the Mets.
Yeah. Little mid-season.
Yeah. It's about time they cooled down anyway, But there goes my hopes for the Orioles rebound. That shit's out the window. But anyway, so when we left off, we were talking about the NBA Finals. Some heads have rolled. We discussed potential trades. We did the great debate, whose move was more painful. And I guess the last thing I want to kind of touch on a little bit, like we said a little bit earlier, LeBron's finals record is 3-5. So 3 wins, 5 losses. Do you think his legacy is tarnished? Now you just made that cute little comment about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never believed he would be as good as Jordan.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Role Models. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yes.
Where the kid and him have the argument about LeBron and Jordan. That's like exactly how I feel.
Okay.
6-0. Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan will always be the man in the NBA.
Yes. So do you think LeBron's legacy, is not as bright as it used to be?
No, not at all. Because regardless, he has 3 titles. Regardless, he's been to 8 NBA Finals.
Right.
That no one likes to be in second place, but it still speaks volumes.
Right. I mean, there are plenty of players, good players, who have never won championships.
Yep.
Who have never been to the actual NBA Finals, maybe conference finals, but not to the actual big show. So, and I'm with you too. To me, I think LeBron still has at least 3 or 4 years of fantastic basketball left to play, and you can do a lot in those 3 or 4 years. Say you got 4 years left. Say you win finals in half of those. Say 2. That puts you at 5-5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
5 rings. I mean, it's a nice accomplishment. If Cleveland can manage to get themselves together, get these deals done, cut out the dead weight. Seriously, that list that I gave, earlier. And I love J.R. Smith. I love Iman Shumpert. I love his wife, Tiana Taylor, Fade. But trim the dead weight and let's get serious and put a real team together. Because honestly, I mean, everybody already knows the only way that you're going to be able to get back to where you were this season and to win in the finals is you got to redo that too. You know, like, honestly, like, everything that they were doing all season was like for naught. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know. Like, that team is just, it was just disappointing to me, man. I still think about it like, I can't believe it went down like that. You know what I mean? Like, get a real deal done. Get them some real help. Stop playing with these clowns, and get the thing together. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, now, one of my favorite segments of the night. Ooh, yeah. We got the Real on Wrestling with my man, Mark Foster.
Dig it! Ooh, yeah! All right, so last night WWE put on their Money in the Bank pay-per-view network special, whatever they're calling them now. SmackDown Live branded, so it was all SmackDown Live competitors. They did the first ever women's Money in the Bank match, which has the competitors climbing a ladder trying to get a briefcase. The briefcase contains a title match at their choosing anytime. The women's Money in the Bank match was first.
Right.
And kind of a controversial finish, which, what's wrestling without controversial finishes?
Right.
The competitors were Natalya Neidhart, who is Bret Hart's niece. You have Charlotte Flair, who's Ric Flair's daughter. Let's see, there is Carmella, who came through the developmental system in NXT. She's kind of like a Long Island Jersey girl kind of thing. And there's one more competitor, that name escapes me right now. But the gist of it is, Carmella, she has this dude that follows her around, like her boyfriend or whatever, James Ellsworth. James Ellsworth is like the darling of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
He was an independent worker. To look at him, you would not think wrestler, especially not in the WWE mold. But fans got behind him and like clamored for him, and suddenly he got a WWE deal. It was ridiculous. So he's Carmella's bodyguard, boyfriend, whatever. And the women put a hell of a show on, and the whole thing ends. Carmella's in the middle of the ring, and everyone's busted up. They're not moving. James Ellsworth goes up the ladder, gets the briefcase, and throws it down to Carmella. And so she wins because of that.
So she didn't even climb the ladder?
Nope.
I call bullshit. Supersized bullshit on that one.
Which is exactly what a lot of people were saying.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So, I heard last Wednesday, what was this I heard? That Ric Flair's daughter was in the ring with Bret Hart's niece.
Yeah, last
what was that,
Tuesday.
Wednesday? Oh, Tuesday. Right. This is like, that was mind-blowing to me, because these are two names. I mean, Ric Flair and Bret Hart. I mean, that's like our time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I guess to see like the second generation come through, and it's the girls. This is amazing.
Natty Neidhart, she's actually Jim Neidhart's daughter. Jim Neidhart was the tag team partner of Bret Hart forever. And Charlotte Flair, she's been doing wrestling for a few years now. She's probably like, I don't know, 5-time champion in WWE. Yeah. And actually the two wrestled quite a bit in NXT. So they've been in the ring together. And then it's Natalya. I wish that she had more titles to her, just because she is such a good worker and she deserves it. But Charlotte has a lot of titles and a lot of fans. But yeah, they were part of that women's Money in the Bank match last night. And Charlotte, it took me a while to get to warm up to her, but she's a good worker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. That is wild. Did you hear about that former UFC fighter?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Let's see. What was it? Tim Hague.
Yes.
Because actually, there's incidents with 2 former UFC fighters this weekend. Tim Hague, former UFC fighter from 2009, 2011. He had 5 fights in UFC. First one he won, choked out someone with a guillotine.
Right.
Then he lost the next 4, so they cut him loose as they will. He had like 8 total MMA fights. He decides to get into boxing. He's up in Canada, where he's from, and fights a guy named Adam Braidwood.
Braidwood. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
He lost by knockout.
Yep.
And sadly, shortly after the knockout, he was taken to the hospital and declared brain dead. And then the next day or the day after, he died, passed on.
34 years old.
Yeah, and you always hear about boxing being a violent sport, and this kind of thing used to happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the last time something like this has
That's
happened.
what I was thinking. Like, when's the last time this happened?
Rocky IV? I mean, not to make light of it. Not to make light of it, but honestly.
We are not making light of that, but the Rocky IV was funny.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And then UFC veteran Matt Hughes, he was in an accident. His truck hit a moving train.
Hit a train.
A moving train.
Right.
And what's crazy is he has no broken bones, no internal bleeding. He has some contusions, but he's still unresponsive. I don't think they've called it a coma yet, but yeah.
Oh my god.
And they're saying they see signs that there's brainwave activity and stuff. So he's there, just hasn't woken up for some reason.
Funny thing with the brain.
Yeah.
Wow. So, the Just a Bit Outside family is definitely keeping those fighters and their families in our thoughts and prayers, man. Tim Hague, rest in peace, man. That was rough. Let's move on to the big announcement. Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather.
Money.
Floyd Money. Dinero, Greenback Mayweather versus the Irishman, Conor McGregor, the notorious man.
McGregor.
Yes, so this mega event is set to go down August 26th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Beautiful arena, by the way. I mean, like, in typical Vegas fashion, state-of-the-art everything, like, brand spanking new.
Something I learned not too long before we got in the air.
What's that?
Did you know that T-Mobile Arena is actually double booked that night?
Yes, that's my first little bullet. We gonna get yes. Okay, all right. So, right, that's like my very next little bullet on the lineup. So I'm gonna let you do that. Go ahead, man.
We all know Ice Cube.
Yes.
Ice Cube.
Yay!
Actor, rapper, everything.
He's everything.
The dude started up a 3-on-3 basketball league.
Yeah, it's called the Big Three League.
Big Three League. And I know Allen Iverson's part of it, and some other NBA alum.
Yes.
August 26th is scheduled to be their championship game at T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah. So, right. So, we've got 3-on-3 basketball, biggest fight since, I don't know, Mayweather Pacquiao Part 2.
Yeah.
I think Ice Cube's gonna lose this one.
Not to mention, tickets for McGregor Mayweather, ringside seats are going for $100K. And we were just talking about that last week with the NBA Finals, where someone paid that much, like through an auction site or whatever. This is just the tickets.
Woo! Okay, well, this joint is set to air on Showtime pay-per-view, and I think the weight limit is set at like 152, 154.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe. As expected, the boxing world and the sports world just erupted with elation, and this has been a long time coming, you guys. Mark, so here's the question. So, now that we have this thing scheduled, and it is scheduled as a boxing match. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. This is a boxing match, so there will be no other form of fighting besides boxing. Mark, is Conor McGregor at a huge disadvantage?
Disadvantage, yes. Huge, no.
Okay.
I think the dude is obviously tough and driven. He's a promoter. I think the dude, he knows how to promote himself, and part of that is I don't know if you heard about the video that leaked out of him training.
Yes. Yeah, but to talk about that, his sparring partner.
Yeah, his sparring partner, and like apparently there's some audio on it where he just says he's not ready or something like that, and people that have seen the video are just like, oh, he sucks. But it's 6 months old, for one.
Yeah. Okay.
For two, like I said, McGregor is a promoter. He knows how to promote his brand and himself. And if I'm going in as an underdog, you damn right I'm going to leak some footage, quote unquote.
So you think this was planned?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's known to go on Twitter and just like say crazy shit just to rile people up.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this leaked video. So, Conor McGregor's sparring partner, Chris Van Heerden, leaked a video of him sparring with McGregor on the boxing tip, and has gone on to make the statement that he believes that Floyd is going to make light work of McGregor. And I gotta quote this. Floyd will beat him up so badly, they'll stop the fight. That's what he said. Hey, man.
Wow.
And yeah, I took a look at the video, and it was a little bit surprising and a little bit alarming. But like you said, the video was done 6 months ago. Sure, you can learn a lot. But my thing is, I feel like he's at a huge disadvantage. Like, this is a boxing match. Mayweather is a professional boxer. He is like one of the most elusive boxers there ever was. I mean, it's hard enough to lay a punch on him as is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From another professional boxer, someone who specializes in this sport. I just feel like without the mixed martial arts element, it's just going to be really hard for McGregor to win.
Do you think it'll be a typical Mayweather fight, going the distance and
No, I actually think it's going to go like 5 rounds.
Really?
Yep.
Because a lot of people are saying, and Mayweather is elusive. He just kind of dances around the ring.
Yeah.
If the guy gets 20 punches in a fight, it'd be amazing. But he does have like 22 knockouts to his name, 26, I think. And but interestingly, only 6 of them in the last 27 fights. So he does dance around. He does go the distance.
Yes.
And as he got older, that's what he did more and more of.
Yeah. I think as he's gotten older, he's really become a master of managing the match. He knows that he can't just go out there, swinging punches, which I think is what McGregor is going to do. I think he's going to go out there in full attack mode, and Floyd will just hit them shoulder rolls, he's going to be hitting them and dancing around, tire him out, hit him one good time. Yeah.
Wow.
Hit him one good time. I mean, who was, what was my man's name that knocked McGregor out the first time?
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz. Right. I mean, look at that. You know, I mean, that was just straight up boxing. Like, bop, bop.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, holy crap, what the hell just happened? I mean, I watched it. Yeah. So, I mean, and now you're talking about a professional boxer. So,
Did you hear what Mayweather said about MMA fighters?
No.
Or what MMA is?
Oh, Lord. What do you call it?
He said that MMA is for white boys that can't box. Like I said, McGregor's a promoter. Mayweather is a damn good promoter tue, because he's gonna get McGregor fired up.
I'm telling you, between now and like August 26th, we're gonna have a field day. with this stuff.
It's only 2 months away.
I know. Like, they're not even making us wait long.
Yeah.
I'm just so ecstatic about this whole entire thing. And then, it's just like, you got two of the biggest mouths in all of fighting in one ring. Like, man, I can't wait to see the weigh-in. I can't wait to see the, press conferences and all that. It's going to be an ultimate show. And, I'm pretty sure they probably, behind the scenes was like, look, let's do this up as big as we can.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they both got the hugest of egos. Yeah. So, you guys, hit us on the chat. Let us know who you think's going to win. Are you Team McGregor or are you Team Money Mayweather? I got my money on the Money Man. I ain't going with McGregor on this one.
Dee's kind of going back and forth. She's going for the best of both worlds.
Who's that?
Mayweather's going to win because it's a boxing match.
Okay.
But she's hoping to see Conor win.
Okay.
I'm with you. I want Conor to win.
Okay, so Mark wants Conor, Kescia wants money. I'm already, let me give a shout out to my homegirl, Kescia Parker Dawson. Thanks for watching and liking the page. And shout out to my man, Mike Banks. Just kind of tuned in, a little something. There was one more thing that I wanted to talk about with boxing. There was another fight that's kind of been announced that's happening July 1st. I can't even say this with a straight face. Okay. Manny Pacquiao. Right. Okay. Manny Pacquiao is scheduled to fight Australian Olympian Jeff Horn July 1st on ESPN.
Real on ESPN?
Yes, right. That's what right. We both like.
Damn.
Yes. Okay, so let me just give you I'm about the stats. So this is Pacquiao's first non-pay-per-view fight since 2005. Okay, so my question is, do we care that this that this fight is going down? Like, honestly, Manny's last two fights were they weren't, as far as business is concerned, horrible. Okay? Yeah. And how old is he now? Is he 40 yet?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm 38, so he's got to be at least 40, 42.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, his last fight, which I believe was back in November against Jesse Vargas, only had returns of about 215,000 buys.
Jeez.
Right. Those numbers are abysmal. That was the least watched Pacquiao fight since 2008.
He kind of has a history of putting his foot in his mouth, too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, on top of him being a supreme asshole, yes, I said it, he's an asshole. He's just not marketable anymore, and I'm just really, besides, I guess he probably needs money, or, there's a money factor, but how much money are you getting for this? Because nobody's going to pay to watch it. But
think he's chasing the spotlight?
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to. I am really trying to figure out what his motivation is to do this fight. Honestly, maybe you are chasing the spotlight. Maybe you're fighting to stay relevant. I don't know. But ESPN president clearly has bumped his head too, because John Skipper calls this a significant moment for ESPN and boxing fans.
I just wonder, the money that they're giving Pacquiao, is that why they had to fire 100 people?
Oh my conspiracy theory. That's actually a pretty good observation, though. You fired 146 people, and now we got a Pacquiao fight on ESPN. What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you, Skipper? Oh man. All right. So what else we got going on? Let's get into some baseball. Let's do our weekly who's hot and who's not. Who you got for hot this week?
Who is hot?
Oh, we don't have the same one. We need to discuss this.
No, actually, because I went just a bit outside.
Yeah, I love it.
Actually, just both my hot and not. For what's hot or who's hot, I have the NL West.
Oh shit. The whole entire West.
The whole entire West.
Woo!
Well, and to be specific, I guess, the 3 top teams.
Yep.
The Diamondbacks, the Dodgers, and the Rockies.
I'm all over it. I'm all over it.
They are stumbling over each other for first place in this division.
Yes.
I will not be surprised if the winner of the division ends up in the World Series. They are just ridiculously playing well, and like I said, they're just tripping over themselves.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Interestingly, they have interdivision play coming up, so they're finally going to start facing each other more and more. So I think we might see one team lead the pack a little bit more out of that.
Absolutely.
But these 3 teams are making baseball and the NL West exciting.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Hold that thought, Mark. We're going to take a little commercial break. When we come back, we'll finish up who's hot, who's not. And we're also going to talk a little bit about Pete Rose and this band, and will he ever be able to escape this damn thing? Y'all don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside. BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like, I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do. Is it really about the pay? I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids, and when you got a wife, and then you doing everything, and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show. You ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Be Exposed Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on, so you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, people, we all have issues, but people who want you to help them through their issues, So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody, as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then we start to own all of their issues, and we start to feel bad because things are not progressing the way that we want it to, and that's not fair to us. So we can't own somebody else's stuff. If somebody's not ready when you meet them, that's not your fault. That's theirs. It's their loss. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger, the host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Make sure you catch me and my crew every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
It doesn't say alleged anywhere in here.
This is the wrong song to play in this topic.
They're saying 4 years ago, according to a $20 million lawsuit, the plaintiff, who was also not named, met Charlie Sheen in Las Vegas on April the 1st, 2011. The sleaze suit claimed that Sheen entered into a nefarious plot designed to lure plaintiffs into a luxurious hotel room to serve his prurient desires. Sensationally, it was alleged that Sheen... Say what?
Say perverted.
No, it's prurient.
Let me see. Can I where's a point to the word? Right. Prurient.
It's hard. It makes me want to gag. Like cock. Get it?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. Thank you for joining us each and every Monday. We have a little update on the score in the Orioles game. Some scoring has happened. Not for us. 9-0.
Damn! Oh my goodness.
Wow. Nationals are leading though, 7-6. So I guess that's something good.
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna put my hand right here, so y'all don't even have to see this for the rest of the night. Yo, you got me pumped up too. I'm gonna take you down after the show for that one, man. I'm serious. Okay.
You look like a kid on Christmas too.
I know, my eyes got so big. I felt them on my face. Like, oh shit, we back in it. Okay. Alright, thanks for the updates, Mark. When we left off, we kind of switched gears and took it to the baseball diamonds. We were talking about who's hot and who's not. Mark's who's hot for this week was the entire, well, not the entire division, because at the bottom there is my who's not. Yeah. I think we're just going to be talking about the whole NL West, like this whole segment, for real, because, I mean, there's so much good stuff going on there. So, yeah, you were saying the LA Dodgers, Arizona Diamondbacks, and Colorado Rockies.
Yep.
And, you know, we just talked about, earlier in the show, we talked about Nolan Arenado, you know, going for the cycle yesterday and completing it with a walk-off homer, which is absolutely fantastic. I think he's had 17 or 18th walk-offs at Coors Field, which is where the Rockies play. And I believe that's some type of record
of
some kind. I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Mark's Who's Hot. My Who's Hot for the week is the LA Dodgers. As Mark kind of alluded to earlier, the NL West is kind of like our AL East this year. Like, it is so tight, and I'm pretty sure, like, between now and September, the change in lead, because, I mean, between the LA Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, and the Rockies, there's only one game, yo.
Yep.
Yeah, so, you know, you got first place, and then the other two teams, I believe Arizona's in first place right now. It's either Diamondbacks or the Rockies.
Rockies, 46,
okay,
46
Rockies.
and 26.
Okay, Rockies. And then you have the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, who are only one game behind. So it's going to be a tight race, and you know, very exciting to watch. I mean, you know, we've been going off about the Diamondbacks and the Rockies, I feel like, for the past month. You know, they've been playing some really good ball. But I want to take a few minutes to focus on the LA Dodgers. They've won 9 of their last 10. Like I just said, they're right in the thick of the NL West race. And, you know, the thing that really, like, stuck out for me with the Dodgers is I'm not even going to talk about any veteran players. I am not going to talk about Clayton Kershaw. Can you believe it?
Well,
right.
You just did.
Right. But, yo, the Los Angeles Dodgers have 2 young guys who are getting it done, pitching and hitting. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the pitching. I talked about this kid last week. You guys might not remember, but this pitcher, Kenley Jansen. Okay, this kid, last week, I think his count was 40 strikeouts without walking a batter. Mm-hmm. He is now at 50.
Damn.
Right. This is like almost unprecedented. I think there's only maybe one other person. Who was it last week? I think we talked about Randy Johnson, who was kind of in the same vicinity. So yeah, you know, Kenley is still getting it done. You know what I mean? He's like Robin, the Kershaw's Batman. You know what I mean? Honestly, like, I mean, he is, like, I don't know where they found this kid, but what a steal. I also want to take a few minutes to talk about Cody Bellinger. Okay? 21 years old, first season in Major Leagues, made his debut in April. Okay? First 50 games, he has 19 home runs.
Damn.
Yes. Okay? Tied the record, all right, with Gary Sanchez, right, for most home runs in the first 50 games. So they've got some young talent, not named Yasiel Puig, that is just really amazing. And, you know, as Mark said a little bit earlier, I mean, we're going to have our eyes on this division rest of the way out. And it'll be really good to see how these young guys respond when they get down the stretch. And when we hit August and September and the pressure is on, and because, I mean, I really feel like, you know, Cody, Kenley, they've been flying under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been talking about Aaron Judge. Yep. You know what I mean? All the hitting and everything. I mean, this guy is just as bad. I don't think he has Aaron Judge's power, because Aaron Judge is he's a specimen. I mean, that is a big dude, and he can lay that wood. But you know, Cody Bellinger, he's knocking him around. He's just as good. But you guys, that was really quick. I feel like we went through that. We just ripped through that segment. We're about to take another break. I don't know, pay some bills, something. So you guys don't go anywhere. We are going to talk about our who's not, and we're also going to talk a little bit about Pete Rose. It's time to let him back. Let him into the Hall of Fame, for Christ's sake. All right, don't go anywhere. Mark, Kescia, just a bit outside.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. Yeah, you know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn, because I'm going to make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have Nots to be like 5% shorter, each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless, because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to kick this up. I'm sorry. I love the Have and the Have Nots, and I continue to watch it in its 5th season, but I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
They just want to get the point across.
It's not but you don't get the point.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. Mark and Kescia bringing you sports talk. like you've never experienced before. When we left off, we were doing our Who's Hot. I think that stretched over 2 segments. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, we can't talk enough about the NL West right now. We're so in love with them.
But now, on to a little Who's Not. So who's not, Kescia?
Since we've spent the last 10, 12 minutes talking about the NL West, why not keep the party going? Okay. My Who's Not for the week, it really pains me to say this because I was just telling Mark this is like one of my second favorite teams behind the Orioles. My Who's Not is the San Francisco Giants. I mean, I was really raving about this team at the beginning of the year because I so loved the pitching core. Like, I'm a big Madison Bumgarner fan. I love Johnny Cueto, who is on the mound tonight. I hope he wins. And Clayton Kershaw's on the mound tonight too. So I'm gonna look that up when we get home. But and even though he hasn't been great like he used to be. I mean, Jeff Samardzija, I still like him too. And these guys have just they lost the last 6 games. We were just talking about how the top tier of this NL West is just so fantastic. Dog, the San Francisco Giants are 19 and a half games out of first place.
Yep.
Barring some epic freaking collapse for not just 1 or 2 teams, for 3 teams. I'm sorry, my friends out there in San Francisco, my homegirl on my softball team, Jennifer Proctor. I know you're a big San Francisco Giants fan. They are not going to the playoffs this year. It hurts me to my heart because they're like my Orioles of the West Coast. They're pretty much in the bottom 5 in every team batting statistic. Like, I'm not even going to run it off. Just whatever you can think of, they're in the bottom 5 of that shit. Okay? And shots fired, that's what we do. And not only are their statistics abysmal, they're messing up in other ways. Their reliever, I think we kind of talked about this a little bit. He just got a 6-game ban for his role in the fight with Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, things aren't going well in San Francisco, California right now.
And interestingly, they actually have the NL batting average leader in Posey. Buster
Posey? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's one silver lining for the fans because there really isn't a lot to be excited about with Giants baseball right now. It's just so crazy because, they went to the playoffs last year. They almost went to the World Series, didn't they?
They're that cockroach that keeps on coming up and getting the World Series every few years.
Right. Shots fired. That's what we do. So that's Kescia's pick for Who's Not. Mark, who do you got?
I'm going to stick with my division concept, and
okay.
I'm going to move over still in the NL.
I like that.
Let's see, but I went with I almost went to the Phillies again because Phillies is who I picked last week.
And it was so hard not to pick them.
I think they got worse.
Yeah, it did. It did.
But I'm going to go over to the NL Central.
Okay.
We have one team that's above 500.
Is that the Brewers?
The Brewers.
Oh,
the Brewers, they're above 500, 38 and 33. So it's not that big of a difference. 5 games above 500. You have the Cardinals at 31 and 37, the Pirates at 31-38, the Reds at 29 and 39. Second place, world champion Cubs, 34 and 34. They're exactly 500. This is a division that is just floundering, and I almost wish that they just sent the 4 best teams in the entire league to the playoffs.
NBA style.
Yeah, because none of these guys would make the playoffs, and they don't deserve to.
Right.
I wanted to see the Cubs do great this year. I really did, especially after last year. First time winning since the Billy Goat curse went into effect. almost like the Red Sox did a few years ago, or I guess it's been 13 years now since they came back from 2003, won the World Series, broke their curse, and then they've won, what, 5 since then?
Yeah.
Or 5 in total, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted for the Cubs.
Yeah,
That's
Billy
not gonna
Goat's
happen.
back.
Billy Goat's
in
back.
Chicago.
Someone brought a Billy Goat to Wrigley Field in midnight after they won.
Yeah, you know, as much as this probably won't be a popular thing to say, but I just feel like that was kind of like a one-hit wonder type thing. We might not see them win again in our lifetime. That's sad.
It is.
It is really sad because it was really awesome when they won. Okay, so you went with that whole division.
Whole division.
I like that. And yeah, Philadelphia is just horrible. I think they 1-9 their last 10 games. I believe they might be on a 7 or 8 game losing streak. Yeah. So all right, good picks.
Thank you.
Who's hot and who's not? I wanted to talk a little bit, staying with baseball. I also had another conversation with a friend of mine on the National League versus the American League. Actually, it wasn't even a friend of mine. It was a complete stranger that I was talking to. And we got into this debate on the advantages and disadvantages of having a pitcher in your lineup versus having the DH position. So, what are your thoughts about that? What style do you prefer? Do you think one is better than the other? Because both have their advantages and disadvantages.
Absolutely. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. When I was thinking about this, I tried to look at it from a few different points of view.
Okay.
If you're a baseball purist, then you obviously want the pitcher in the lineup. Because it's 9 guys take the field, 9 guys bat. However, then I thought about it from a league standpoint, a businessman standpoint, and you have guys making hundreds of millions of dollars. You have a league that's worth billions of dollars, TV contracts that are in the billions, and you want to put your best product forward. And if that means having your pitcher sit while someone else bats for him, it makes sense. You want to protect your investment. And I think as I thought at both of those points of view, I definitely started leaning more towards the DH. It makes sense.
I'm going to agree with you on that. And I'm also, I guess, kind of going to put a little spin on it, my own little spin. With the National League, it's kind of like a catch-22, right? So you force these pitchers to hit in the lineup, and I feel like as a result of it, as the game changes, as things evolve, I don't think it's a coincidence that this year, last year, we have this kind of surge of pitchers hitting home runs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is something that will grow. I honestly feel like it's going to grow because, when we were younger, it was just simply unheard of for a pitcher to hit a home run.
Oh, yeah, a pitcher would have a batting average .083.
Right. I was going to say, if you saw a pitcher with a batting average over 100, you'd be like, he can hit. You know what I'm saying? Which is absolutely ridiculous because that person cannot hit. But, forcing the pitchers to be inserted into the lineup, I feel like it does have its positive consequences. But when we were talking about the interleague play between us and St. Louis, if we were to play over there, and when you play National League teams, when a pitcher comes up their bat, it's an automatic out, most of the time. Honestly, it's an automatic out, and that's what I don't like. You know what I mean? Go ahead. And I think I might be a little biased because I grew up in an AL town, AL team. But me personally, I prefer the DH as well because And then the other thing I was thinking about is, okay, in a day and age where we have pitchers who like to throw at people, okay, like tagging them up, answering one tag for another tag, or what I mean. And like you were saying, you want to protect your investment. You just paid, your ace X amount of, hundreds of millions of dollars. This guy goes up to bat, tensions are flying. All of a sudden, he takes a ball off the wrist, and then he's done.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's a very good aspect that you brought to the topic, and, I kind of feel you on that, too. Like, I'm absolutely with it. I prefer the AL as well. You guys, NL versus AL, comment. Let us know what's up. Pete Rose. Okay. The Pete Rose.
Never saw a game he wouldn't bet on.
You want to tell us a little bit about Pete Rose, Mark?
Pete Rose, he was a very decorated player for the Cincinnati Reds. What is it? It's not stolen bases.
I believe so.
Yeah, stolen bases.
Yeah.
Holds the record.
You would think, like, looking at him, you'd think, like, no. But, yeah.
He went on to become a manager in his post-playing days, and got into a little trouble. Started betting on his team, which, as a player or manager or anyone is involved with the team, you're not supposed to bet, period.
Right.
And he went above and beyond and bet on his team, which, if you're... Actually, he placed bets regarding his team.
Yeah.
He may have placed some bets for them to lose and then finagled things to make sure that he won. So he is banned from baseball for life.
It's been, what, like 30 years?
Something like that, yeah. And Rob Manfred, the MLB commissioner, he affirmed the decision a few months back, said, like, they're not going to revisit it, they're not going to reverse it anytime soon. And like you said, just it's time to put the dude in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, Manfred and MLB, get over yourselves. I mean, like I said, it happened like 30 years ago. These kids don't even know who the hell Pete Rose is anymore. Honestly, like, seriously, I mean, he's been gone that long where you could go, and ask your average, 14, 15, 16-year-old, hey, what do you think about Pete Rose? He'd be like, who's that? Bryce Harper's uncle? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. So, I mean, this thing has been going on for so long. I mean, yeah, he did bet on his team, probably betted against his team, probably sabotaged some stuff. But it's just been so long, and he was such a fantastic player for the Cincinnati Reds. I mean, even though, like the announcement came out that he's going to continue to stay on the ban list for life. The Reds just recently honored him with the stadium salute. That was actually I believe yesterday.
Yeah.
And
was it last year? He was covering the All-Star game with the
Fox
Sports?
Actually FS1. He was able to land a commentary analyst position with Fox Sports 1, and he was a lot of fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie, like he used to wear these cowboy boots with his suits, and I swear to God, these cowboy boots would be like the craziest colors. They would be like pale yellows and blues with these suits on. I mean, I had no idea what kind of how much of a character Pete Rose was till I was able to watch some of his commentary, and he was just so animated and so, I mean, he made a mistake a long time ago. I mean, I doubt that any of that money that he won is still around, because I'm pretty sure he blew that shit. But, I mean, you can't deny the fact that he's Major League Baseball's all-time hits king.
Yep.
Can't deny
interestingly,
it,
if you go to YouTube, Google, or search Pete Rose Hall of Fame induction or Pete Rose WWE Hall of Fame. In 2004, Pete Rose was the first induction of the celebrity wing to the WWE Hall of Fame, and he was inducted by the wrestler Kane. Kane was like the Undertaker's brother kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the reason he was inducted by Kane is because him and Kane had some dealings on WWE TV quite a few times.
Really?
First time was WrestleMania 14. Pete Rose. It was in Boston, which that was a special town for Rose.
Okay.
And Pete Rose was running down the crowd. Kane comes out and chokeslams him. Crowd goes crazy. The next year, Pete Rose was dressed up as the San Diego Chicken and attacked Kane. Kane chokeslams him. And then they had another incident. I can't remember what exactly. But so Kane and Pete Rose had this rapport going.
Yeah.
So 2004, they inducted Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, and he opens his induction speech by listing all of his baseball credentials. And after about a minute, he says, "Oh, this is the wrong speech. This is the wrong Hall of Fame." So if you want a little taste of what his Hall of Fame induction for MLB will be,
nice.
Check it out.
Yeah. And he is still loved. I mean, seriously, to this day in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I said the honoring was yesterday. It was actually on Saturday. And they've even had a statue made to put in the front of Great America Ballpark in Cincinnati. And his nickname was Charlie Hustle. Charlie Hustle. And I'm pretty sure it had nothing to do with baseball. But, with his iconic headfirst slide, he was known to do that. I mean, that guy was fearless. Everybody came. And the fact that he is just banned from Coopertown for life because he bet on some games. I don't know, man. I just say, Major League, let bygones be bygones. Let my man Charlie Hustle in, and you won't regret it, man. It'll be a good addition. It'll be a worthy addition to Cooperstown Elite. So what else do we got going on? Let's WNBA. Yes. Last week we talked a little bit of WNBA, and we kind of went off for like a good 5 minutes on the great Diana Taurasi. Since she is very familiar with you and kind of has like a little special place. You wanna talk about that?
And honestly, when we did the WNBA last week, I didn't even realize she was this close to performing a feat.
Yep.
Originally, it looked like Friday she was going to break the record for all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. Unfortunately, it didn't happen then. But I want to say Sunday night. Was it last night?
Yeah. Against the LA Sparks.
Sparks.
Yep.
And it was just a smooth, sweet layup, and she claimed the title.
Mm-hmm.
So every point she scores now is just going to be adding to that legacy.
Absolutely. And, she's just on a roll with making her mark because earlier this year, she became the all-time leading three-point shooter.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Let's do one final update on the scores. You got that up?
No.
Okay, that's all right. I got you. Okay, baseball fans, we have bottom of the 7th. The Natty Boys are 7-6 over the Miami Marlins. Oriole fans, we are in the dumps. We are losing 11-0
At least get rid of the goose egg. Get it one run.
Right, dog. I'm just, boy. Okay. So yeah, Orioles gonna lose that game. The Yankees are kind of on a slide too. I almost picked Boston for who's hot because I believe there might be a half game.
Yeah.
Out of first for the AL East. The Yankees have lost 6 in a row.
6 in a row now?
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was
6
that
in
much.
a row.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, they're just, leaving the door open for Red Sox to come. Definitely leaving the door open for the Orioles. What do you know? They're both tied for first right now.
Ah.
Yeah, Yankees lost 6 in a row. So, all right, you guys. So, what else do we got going on? Got any other one-offs we want to talk about?
I'm not sure right now.
All right.
Let's see. Oh. Actually, we spoke about MMA earlier.
Yeah, sure.
Cyborg, Christina, I can't remember her last name right now, but the Cyborg, we all know her.
Uh-huh.
It was announced that she's going to be getting a title match for the women's featherweight championship against Megan Anderson, who is 8-2. Cyborg is 17-1. In order to make this match happen, the UFC stripped champion Germaine de Randamie.
Really?
Because she refused to fight Cyborg.
Oh, okay.
So it's going down next month, UFC 214 in Anaheim.
Okay. That's the very next UFC fight?
And I think so. Yeah.
That's the one with Jones and Cormier?
Is that next month? I know they're co-main eventing. I'm not sure who else is on the card. I think it is Jones Cormier.
I think that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty good to watch. The Mystics, Washington Mystics, we're talking about the WNBA. Washington Mystics are still going strong. The LA Sparks are trying to get a push for first in the Western Conference. I believe the Minnesota Lynx are still holding that top spot, but the Sparks are saying, hey, we can repeat that championship stance. And what else do we have going on? Besides, we hit baseball.
We hit baseball, yeah.
Yeah. Eric Decker went to the Titans.
Oh, I read that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think, I think that's actually a pretty good pickup for the Tennessee Titans and my guy Marcus Mariota. I don't believe they have Dorial Beckham Green anymore, but they got a nice little receiving core, and now they got a little veteran leadership with Eric Decker. I think he'll fit in really well.
Yeah.
In that organization. Are we out of time yet? I think we are. Oh, you said we got 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes.
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
What's that?
There was something NFL I wanted to talk about, and I can't find it.
Was there any other moves in the NFL besides Decker? I don't believe so.
Nothing.
Not any big ones.
Oh, something I read in the Sun.
Okay.
Obviously, Dennis Pitta, he's done, released by the Ravens now.
Right.
I think he attended OTAs the other day as a spectator, and some people asked him, "Are you retired? Are you done?" And he didn't really answer the question. There's speculation he'll do it at a more formal retirement announcement. His body of work, it's not Hall of Fame worthy, but is it Ring of Honor worthy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Think so?
Maybe, I wouldn't necessarily say Hall of Fame, but sure, why not Ring of Honor? Recognize that.
It seemed
what do you think?
It seemed to be kind of polarizing on the comments I was reading. I think if he was healthy his entire career, it would be a shoo-in.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently he's really good friends with Steve Bisciotti.
Yeah.
And there's some feeling that if he gets in the Ring of Honor, it's more because of his friendship than his actual numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let the guy in.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. A couple quick last announcements that we're going to make. I believe we're supposed to make this announcement. I I guess the Be Exposed radio team is participating in the 2017 Cancer Awareness Warrior Walk 5K. This is the second annual Cancer Awareness Walk. This is going to take place, this Saturday, June 24th, 2017 at 8 a.m. out at historic Druid Hill Park, Reservoir Roadway, 3001 East Drive. Registration is $30, which includes a t-shirt and registration packet. So go to Google, click Cancer Awareness Warrior Walk 5K, Baltimore, Maryland, and you get more information. Also, we want to, I didn't forget you, dog. I almost did, but I didn't forget you. I just want to shout out my man, Michael McMillan. He is the guy he's the guy that does all of our beats. Check him out on Sound Productions. He does birthdays, bar mitzvahs, weddings, all types of parties. He's in the lab right now cooking up some new music for us. So we're going to have that for you next week. Hey, Baltimore, spread love, yo. Just a bit outside. This is Kescia.
Mark. And in the immortal words of Tupac Shakur,
hey!
My mama always used to tell me, if you can't find something to live for, you best find something to die for.
Hey! Damn!
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
Focus on the word take for a moment.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, when I begin to just, think about take. Mm-hmm. When you taking something. Mm-hmm. Yes, we think about, the possession and grab and hold, but when you taking something on, you're capturing it, you're securing it, and you become impregnated with that.
Wow.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either, but this is my moment.